our group's doctor, and a part-time professional wrestler.
Semi-pro, right?
Semi-professional.
Semi-pro?
Yeah, it's the semi-pro,
You're working your way.
part-time semi-pro wrestler.
Yeah.
Right.
Next up, we have our semi-pro entertainer, Ashley, playing Nivara.
I am a professional entertainer, game master.
I'm sorry.
My name's Ashley. I am playing Nivara Adar, twins with Christian, who is playing Novo Adar. Twins in the game, not in real life.
The party members continued across the bridge. After they got past the bridge, they found some spinning blades of death. And they're like, how the heck do we get past it? And after a few moments of debating whether or not Nivara should be cut in half or not.
I will say, it wasn't empirically proven that they were spinning blades of death. Nobody actually tried.
I might have been fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need to test this.
You heal me, Doc.
I know how much damage it could inflict on average. I'm gonna let you guys decide whether or not you want to try that out in the future.
I'm not healing anybody.
With my 9 hit points, I think I'm not.
I want to warn you. I super disapprove of running through the spinning blades. They're not spinning blades of instant death. If they're just blades of great maiming, I'm not healing you.
Doc heals, but Doc doesn't heal stupid. Nivara actually had sprouted butterfly wings. Doc turned blue, I believe, and I believe UFO didn't have anything happen to him, right?
No, UFO knows how to cast spells correctly.
You can either take the risk and roll a d8, or you can just take the 5 and go with it.
Roll.
Well, everybody says you can't seek fame without a little bit of risk.
Yes.
Is he actually gonna do it? I never roll.
7.
Yeah!
You're in his hands.
UFO said he was going to be in the workshop with Dabbledop and Fibblestep, but is that what's UFO's normal morning routine?
Yeah, so UFO, much unlike the person playing him, he springs awake. He goes from flat straight up. Like he's missing tweened animation frames. It's like an optical illusion. It just like happens straight up. He gets right to work. He breaks out some like weird chemistry looking stuff. He makes a pot of coffee in like almost like a pretentious way. It's like a whole like chemistry getup that he does, and it still turns out bad. Like he's still like the flame is like still too hot, and he kind of scorches the coffee a little bit, but he doesn't notice.
Nivara, even though she's a very obnoxious person, her morning is more on the quieter side. She's not necessarily not a morning person. She's just more focused on herself in the mornings. Evening routine is much more intensive than the morning routine. Evening routine, she's got to do the cuticles, got to do the facial routine. Morning is all about training for her. She likes to go somewhere to be by herself, so I'd imagine while she's here at Nomengard, she's gonna go down by like the little river and stream. She's gonna go ahead and practice her tight roping on the river or over that bridge over the river. She actually got a new magical item last game, which was basically it's a fancy stick. It goes from being short to being long. So she's going to use the stick. She's going to make it long so she can use it to balance her while she's on the tightrope.
So very much like the person who plays him, Bjorn struggles to get up in the morning. Often needs to be woken up with pots and pans. When he finally does get up, he basically just goes, all right, let's do it. It's very much back when he was a noble. He would go through all these routines and all this crazy stuff, right? So
Getting properly dressed.
Yeah, he hates that. He hates all of that. He just wants to roll out off his cot and,
Is he partaking in the mushroom wine?
Oh, he partook in more of it the previous night.
All right, and Mr. Dr. Rivers. Mr. Doctor, what is your morning routine and what are you doing?
Doc Rivers is up earlier than most.
Of course he is. He's old.
It's true. His armor is just kind of like piled at the foot of his bed, and he walked. All of this is silent, by the way. He's just not talking. Bjorn is just hard sleeping. Come down here and just wash up. Give himself a little sniff before scrubbing a little harder. And proceeds to just climb back up. As you're walking by, like he's like drying himself off, and you see just scars all over his body. Just real quietly, like starts to put back on his armor. At this point, it's about time to get Bjorn up, and he slaps him on the chest a couple of times. Let's do this. Then he goes with Bjorn into wherever Bjorn went.
Novo wakes up much like Dr. Rivers, very early, alike his twin, finds that a good start of the day is when there are no disturbances. Waking up in the inn, he often finds books still kind of opened and placed on his chest, and blueprints and documents strewn across the bed. He finds comfort often in the morning to receive a cup of tea and meditate on what he has learned, and he makes his way around 6 a.m. back to Nomengard.
I've got a question for Novo. Considering that Nivara and Novo have been traveling with each other, living with each other for the better part of the past 200 years, what does he think about having a night away from his sister?
I would describe that he almost feels like a new man. that this ball and chain. But it is weird. It is weird. He is concerned about Nivara's health.
So from Nivara's point of view, she is perfectly capable of being independent. She's fine with him not being there, but she kind of misses him a little bit. She doesn't want to admit it. I'd imagine that usually when they're together, she'd be the annoying sister who, like, Anna in Frozen style, like, jumps on your bed and is like, do you wanna do some silk dancing? Do you wanna play your lute? I'd imagine that she kind of wakes up and she kind of forgets that Novo's not there, but she, like, kind of misses him. She's like, oh yeah, he's not there. She does not regard him as a ball and chain.
Oh, I think we should take both.
How are you gonna get out of the bridge?
I'm gonna do it. I don't know how.
Worse for wear.
I don't know if it's worth it.
It's a barrel crab.
I mean, you could try.
Let me consult with my special wizard here. I have a special advisor I need to consult with real quick. Yes. Okay. So we pair that we want to try whatever means necessary to get the barrel crab released.
Are you going to go start working on that while the party's meeting with the kings and such?
Can I possibly have done that last night?
I thought you were drinking wine last night. Sure, that's fine.
I mean, those two things can happen at the same time.
Yeah, he was just drinking
wine.
wine,
They're not mutually exclusive.
drunkenly trying to get the crab out.
Yeah, I don't know if you never spent just a good old-fashioned night getting sloshed and untying knots.
Taking both crab barrels here, is that good?
So King Nurgle and King Kerbos kind of look at each other. Nurgle goes, wait, you guys are taking our barrel crabs?
Yeah.
Can we?
Somebody told us we could.
Yeah, it was Bizzle Boop Boop and Skidabop.
King Kerbos goes, but Bizzle Boop and that was my mother and father. They're dead.
Yeah. I talked to their ghosts. I'm psychic.
How are they doing? How's Grandma? Grandma Vidva?
She's still she's still a bitch. She's good.
Of course.
You know?
Even in the afterlife, couldn't temper her spirit.
Exactly. She's still a feisty character for sure.
Why are you doing this? I'm gonna whisper into Bjorn's ear. Tell him they said our quest is noble and that has the grace and permission of Nomengard, of its ancestors that have passed, that we must take what we need.
I look back at whatever their names are, and I'm just like, oh yeah, they also say you should just let us have the crabs.
Look, we don't want to turn you guys down. We're very thankful, but the barrel crabs are essential for moving those wine barrels to our storage area. Maybe you could borrow them in the future, but like for right now, we want to keep them here.
Ufo's gonna he'll pipe up. He's like, yeah, I think how cool it would be if the gnomes come in like over the horizon, riding those barrel crabs in like the 9th hour to like fight this dragon. I think that'd be rad.
But that could be us, Ufo.
What's the best way to reach you guys in a pinch?
Birds.
What kind? Like owls?
Yellow.
Yellow birds?
Corbaz goes, actually, I kind of like red. Nurgle goes, but bluebirds are kind of pretty too.
That's not what we were. Do you have like a magic stone that we can talk to you through or something?
Huh? No. What?
No?
Magic stones?
Yeah.
Do you have a
sometimes they're
bird we can
stones.
take with
and
us?
you tap on it and you're like, can you hear me now?
You should just talk to the birds, and they'll talk to us.
I can't talk to birds. That's a you thing.
I do have.
Kerbopple.
I do actually have experience with animals.
You can talk to birds?
You can talk to birds, Brian?
I can't talk to birds, but I can handle them.
So we'll talk to you through the birds.
They just nod their heads. Even though you guys are in the middle of discussion about how to reach them, they both take a big bow and they go, "Well, thank you for stopping by our lovely kingdom, and you guys know the way out. Have a great day, and we'll see you later."
I'm gonna turn to my party and I'm gonna be like, I think we overextended our welcome. I mean, honestly, if Factor would work on the machine, I mean, he loves retrofitting crossbows onto things. I feel like he'd probably do fairly well following those blueprints and putting crossbows on it.
Yeah, and there's no reason that Factor wouldn't help you guys.
Should we try to find him before we leave and ask him to work on the crab, or?
I think Doc wants to get the hell out of
He must
here.
already be working on it.
We should really get to this woman and warn her about the dragon. On the way to
Scoop and
Umbridge
poop
Hill,
is
Ufo's like, hey, I was working with Fibblestip and Dabbledop, and I had an idea. Can I like get a volunteer from one of you guys? I want to try something.
Yeah, Bjorn will do it.
I want to like go to like there's probably like a cliff, like a stone, like a big stone.
Yeah,
And it's
just
like,
kind of
okay.
like it drops 20 feet or so.
Okay, Bjorn, like, oh, I need you to stand here. Everybody else, watch this. This is gonna be awesome. And I kind of like fan my fingers out like I'm about to cast Burning Hands, and I cast it like directly at Bjorn. The fans of flame like magically like move around him, and Bjorn, you find yourself like not being burned at all by the fire.
Oh wait!
You could have told us you could do this.
I
Wait,
just
hold on. I'm not dying. This is actually pretty cool.
when we were fighting the
Not what I
mimic,
expected.
it grabbed onto you, right? And I wanted to just like blast it with some flame, but I couldn't without hurting you.
Right.
So I figured I might be able to like shape the spell like around you, but still hit other stuff.
That's awesome. I'm really unhappy with the way you showed us that you can do this, but I'm really happy you can do this. I thought you almost lit Bjorn on fire for no reason.
If I lit Bjorn on fire, I'd have a reason.
I feel like everyone's pretty much got a reason to light me on fire.
This
I
could
want
be
to light you on fire, Bjorn.
No, we don't light you on fire. Are you okay, Bjorn?
I'm fine. No. It's good. It's good. Totally didn't murder anyone the other day. It's totally fine.
I know you didn't. We were with you the whole time. That's a
Yep.
weird thing to just remind us of.
I wouldn't necessarily refer to a mimic as someone, but
You know, that mimic had a life too. You know, I feel bad.
It started the fight.
It ate.
Yeah, you know what? You guys are
Gnomes.
right. I'm over it. Thanks, guys. You guys are the greatest friends.
It's now the Manticore's turn. Ah, more of you. This one, you see like the midwife go, "Whoop," refuses to feed me.
I have some trail rations.
Oh, you're hungry. What are you looking to eat?
I can assure you that there is no finer things to eat. Not far from here, but not where you're looking.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Is the roll.
16. Okay, all right. He like raises an eyebrow at you, and we'll see how he kind of reacts more when it's his turn.
I have some rations. There's also a place Nobu is talking about. Also, happy to go hunt for you if you want.
Ufo?
I'm going to continue bombarding the Manticore with information.
Of course.
And I just want to ask the Manticore politely, like, do you have a deal with this woman for food, or are you just trying to extort her for food?
I like to imagine like Navarro's like, "Hey, what kind of food do you want?" And Nova's like, "Yeah, there's a better place way over there. Like, you gotta go that way." And Bjorn's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, he's crossbow ways. I'm like, there's lots of good food over there. And then Ufo's just like, "Hey, what kind of deal do you got with this lady? Are you extorting her? What's up?"
I just want to give her like the heads up. It's like, hey, don't worry, this should be fine. A couple of us went out into the woods to find hopefully like some rabbits or something. I think we should probably get you back into town.
I'm not going back into town. My place is here. This is where I do my work.
Well, there's a white dragon. If you want to continue to do your work,
Mm-hmm.
we need to get you somewhere safer. For right now, then you can come back and do your work.
White dragon ain't gonna bother me.
No.
There's a Manticore
White dragons
bothering
do
you
what
right
they
now.
want to do.
You can cast any of our
Christian, I can cast detect magic if you want. Doc leans over to Novo and goes, you want me to feel if she's all evil and magical on the inside? Would that make you feel better?
So I guess,
can
I
do
don't know,
that.
did you know, did you see me trying to start casting that?
Honestly, I wasn't sure if you were trying to fart or like what.
Sure.
So Ashley, you rolled your 3 highest, 19, 18, 19. Boom! You caught like 2 deers.
I was thinking we'd just catch like a couple rabbits or squirrels or
No,
something.
those were
I don't know.
those were good rolls.
How are we gonna get these back?
Your carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15 in pounds.
Deer weigh like 200 pounds.
Like 130. Well, depends on how big it is. For like a doe, you'd be looking at like 130 to 170 pounds. For a buck, you're looking at like 250. I know this because my father hunts. If we dress it out in the field, though, that'll cut down the weight by like 30 pounds, and we just leave the guts out there.
Guys, we don't need to calculate it that. You guys can just bring the deer back. That's fine.
Okay.